Hey everyone, Todd here, internalarchitect.com, and in this video I want to talk about competition with self. Now this has been a tough one for me because have I've always kind of battled my ego when it comes to just negative self-talk and realizing that it has really been more of a frustrating factor in my life and has really kind of unfortunately led me down some weird paths that I don't truly that I kind of regret in some ways. And this is something that I still kind of battle with, but I am recognizing aspects of this to help myself overcome it and to be aware when these triggers start happening to me. I really, hindsight's 2020, right? So I really realized that I was going through a lot of this when I was snowboarding, especially now looking back. And I was really fortunate that I was involved in the snowboarding industry, and I was able to shoot a lot of photos. I did a lot of competitions, and I would get mad at myself, especially if I wasn't riding well, or if when a new magazine would come out and I for whatever reason didn't have a photo in it, and I know I had shot a bunch of stuff and was wondering why I was kind of not chosen. And I would start to have some negative self-talk of like, why am I not good enough? What am I doing wrong? And over time, this negative self-talk can start to really kind of eat at you and really help diminish your confidence and your ability to do good things, right? And I think that was one of the downsides of my snowboarding career. Was I was just really, really hard on myself, and I was really hard in trying to really impress others instead of working on enjoying the sport that I love for myself. And that was the thing about, and I'll use that as a little bit of an excuse, but it's a little bit of truth, is when you end up getting paid for doing something that you truly, truly love, especially in the sports world side of things, you get really, you get kind of jaded and complacent. And I let myself go down some pretty dark paths during that, and definitely went into parts of depression, and definitely went into parts of anxiety that just really I didn't need to have. And a lot of it had to do with just I was looking for some acceptance and some acknowledgement of my writing, and I never, aside from some of my peers, I never really felt like I got from certain parts of the industry. And I'm all right with it today. Fast forward to recent times is I kind of, after snowboarding, I really fell following my dad's footsteps with excavation contracting and development. And during just before and just after, even while I was going through cancer, I was trying to figure out why all these contractors were able to get work and I wasn't. And it started to kind of eat at me a little bit, which the nice thing about when I went through cancer is I just kind of took a huge step back. This is right at the beginning of it. I took a huge step back in all my work, and I really became really focused on battling my cancer. And so it really turned out to be more of just a dumb ego thing of why was I not getting callbacks for certain projects I was putting putting work into, and it turned out to be for the better for me, because as I was getting deeper into my treatments, I was realizing that some things just aren't important. And why am I trying to impress people that really don't mean anything? If that they don't mean anything in my life, aside from I'm trying to get work to just keep the machine going. So having cancer really got me outside of my comfort zone. It helped change my mindset into a way of not being so hard on myself, and learning to just adapt to what is going on, and not having expectations of what I thought people were thinking of me, because at this point it didn't really matter. It was just me and my survival. And that was the start for me of really creating something, a new mindset that helped me really get out of the self pity that I had been going through for a long time, especially after snowboarding, and even through some of my development work too. And by that means, it just things started to that's when I really started to see change and start seeing the positivity of my decisions and my actions take on a new light and a new realm. And so having this weird competition with yourself and with your ego really has just, it unfortunately it wasted a solid 10 years of my life, and I went through depression because of it. And so, cancer, as much as I was fearful that I was going to die from cancer, it saved my life. And it was one of the main blessings that has ever happened to me. So, I would say, if you are feeling like you are having a lot of negative self-talk, and you are talking yourself out of doing things that might make you, again, feel good and feel self-worth, try to start imagining yourself and doing good things. And then, as you do that, it'll start to help you understand where you might be having some of this negative self-talk. So if you're feeling like you are struggling with this, write down some of the things that you are hard on yourself about, and where you feel like you're lacking in self-confidence. And then, as I've said in all my videos, you kind of really start to see yourself, see things come to life with the things that you are writing down. You see what it is that you are working on, or what you want to work on. So having those visible really make a big difference. If you like what you're hearing in my videos, hit subscribe, and that way you get an update of when I'm releasing videos. And if you have any comments or questions, hit me in the comment section below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Thanks for your time today. Thanks for your energy and watching the videos. And again, thanks again and again and again and again. And I will see you on the next video.